And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roberto Hernandez Stadium on the campus of the University of South Carolina, Aiken, for tonight's midweek matchup between the Erskine College Flying Fleet and your USC Aiken Pacers. I'm Reeves Altman saying thank you so much for tuning in, and we're just seconds away from first pitch. On the mound tonight for the Pacers is number 30, Evan Condon. Condon is 2-1 on the year in 6 appearances. He has 15 innings pitched and a .259 batting average. And leading off for the Flying Fleet is number 7, right fielder Jude Luttrell. And the first pitch from Condon is swung on and hit high into right field. Coming over to make the catch in foul territory is Josh Sharp for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 out here for the Pacers. Center fielder number 21, Armando Becerra, now comes to the plate. Becerra batting .368 in 43 games this year with a .632 slugging percentage and 9 home runs. The first pitch to him was low and away for ball 1. As he steps into the left-handed batter's box, the 2 back-to-back lefties here for the Flying Fleet. Condon working out of the stretch here, even with the bases empty. The 1-0 is down the middle, called strike 1. The 1-1 is going to be hit sharply on the ground between the first and second baseman into right field for a base hit. So Erskine gets their first hit of the afternoon. Now number 23, Christian Rivera comes to the plate, batting .356 in 41 games this season, a .760 slugging percentage and 16 home runs. Runner at first, he is held defensively there by Mazingo. Is Condon will throw over to check him at first, and he's back in time. Now the first pitch, a breaking ball missing outside, ball 1. Marcus Mastalone behind the plate this afternoon for the Pacers. And we'll get you those defensive lineups here in just a second, but we have a stoppage in play. 1-0 is the count. Condon set on the mound. He's going to check the runner again at first, and he's back in time. Now the 1-0. Right on the inside corner, called strike 1. The 1-1 high and outside, now 2-1. Joe Mazingo at first base for the Pacers. Second base, number 7, Caden Blankenship. Shortstop, number 15, Justin Bird. And number 21, Nick Tripp at third base. Condon set on the mound now as he checks the runner at first, and it's actually going to get away from Mazingo into right field. And Becerra's going to make his way to second, so the Flying Fleet have a runner in scoring position here with 1 away. So 2-1 is the count. Becerra at second now. Now Condon comes set on the mound after the pass ball and the throw over. The 2-1 on the outside corner, called strike 2. Evens the count now, 2-2. Josh Sharp, number 22 in left field. Jackson Hannon, number 10 in center field. And rounding out the Pacers defensively in right field is number 12, Jose Hernandez. And the 2-2. Swung on and hit out of play down over the Erskine dugout, and we'll do the 2-2 over. Just missing on the outside. The count runs full now to 3-2 on Rivera. Count is full. Condon set on the mound, and the 3-2. Going to be a bouncing ball hit back up the middle. Justin Bird has a play on it. Throws over in time for out number 2. Runner does advance to third. Now the first baseman, number 42. Dale Francis comes to the plate, batting .453 with an .827 slugging percentage, 14 home runs, and 47 RBIs. First pitch to Francis is low for ball 1. Runner on third. Middle infielders playing 2-out depth for the Pacers here. Tripp playing back on the bag as well, along with Mozingo. Both all playing deep on the infield. Blankenship shifted directly behind second base now. The 1-0 low and away. Great block there by Mastalone. And the count is now 2-0. Now the 2-0. Breaking ball missing high and in. And the count now 3-0. Condon takes his time to step off the mound. The 3-0 finds the zone, called strike 1. And the 3-1. Swung on and missed, now moves the count full to 3-2. So runner on third, 90 feet away, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for Erskine in the top of the first. Condon set and the pitch. Missing outside, ball 4, and Francis will take his base. Runners on the corners, 2 away here. Second baseman, number 6, that's Ashby Smith, now coming to the plate. He's batting .398 in 43 games this season, .705 slugging percentage, 11 home runs, and 63 RBIs with a .429 on-base percentage. The slider missing outside, ball 1. Francis gets his lead at first. He is held there by Mozingo. And the 1-0 finds the zone now, called strike 1. The 1-1, a check swing at the plate, but it's called strike 2. Count now 1-2 on the batter Smith. Mastalone comes out to make a call here from behind the plate. Condon now ready on the mound, and the 1-2. Just missing outside, evens the count at 2-2. Runner breaks for second. Mastalone checks the runner at third, and he is back in time before the tag. Francis is able to take second, so runners on second and third now with 2 away. The count is even at 2-2. So now the count is full at 3-2. And the pitch. Called ball 4 on the outside, and the bases are loaded. after back-to-back walks from Francis and Smith. Third baseman number 14, Dalton Boyd, now at the plate, batting .345 in 40 games this season. .602 slugging percentage, 8 home runs, 32 RBIs, and a .455 on-base percentage. So after 2 quick outs, the bases are now loaded for the Pacers. Curveball finds the zone, called strike one. So now the count's 0-1 to Boyd. The 0-1 is low. Great stop behind the plate by Mastalone. The 1-1 is going to be into right field for a base hit. 1 run is in, another one rounding third. He's going to come across to score, and Erskine takes an early 2-0 lead on a 2-run RBI single from number 14, Dalton Boyd. Runner from first advances over to third. And Erskine has runners on the corner still with 2 away. Left fielder number 1, Tariq Bacon, now at the plate. Bacon's going to hit a ground ball to third, right on the line. Trip, long throw over to first, but it is in time to record the out and to retire the side. For the Flying Fleet in the top of the first, they get 2 runs on 2 hits. And for the Pacers, they have 1 error defensively and 2 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. USC Aiken coming to the plate. Down early, they trail 2-0. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Pacers is number 22, Josh Sharp. And on the mound here for the Flying Fleet is number 30, Harry Bernard. He is 2-1 on the year in 14 appearances, 25 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, and a .324 opponent's batting average. Sharp at the plate for the Pacers, batting .303 in 38 games this season, 400 slugging percentage with 22 RBIs. we have a stoppage in play here. So there was a substitution made before the first pitch to Sharp here. It appears that number 2 for the Flying Fleet, Tyler Smith, is coming in to replace Ashby Smith. Might have been an injury in the field here prior to taking the field, but we sure hope that Smith is all right. So Smith was subbed in for Smith. There's a few more warm-up pitch here coming for Bernard on the mound. And we'll take a quick break, bring you back when we're ready for action. And we're setting back and ready for action here. Josh Sharp preparing to take his first appearance today. Bernard working out of the stretch here, not even with the bases empty, not in the windup. Sharp's going to square on to bunt. He pops it up, and it's going to get out of play, bouncing in front of the Pacers' dugout for strike one. Boyd, the third baseman, will probably be playing close up on the grass in front of the bag after Sharp's first bunt appearance here. Sharp swings at the 0-1 in the dirt and misses for strike two. Bernard ready, and the 0-2. Sharp swings and fouls to the backstop, and the count will stay at 0-2. The 0-2 hit right back up the middle. Jaime throws over to first, but it is not in time. Sharp beats it out, and the Pacers have an infield single to lead things off. Now shortstop number 15, Justin Bird, will come to the plate. Bird batting .227 in 46 games this season, .354 slugging percentage, 34 RBIs, and 4 home runs with a .298 on-base percentage. Sharp gets his lead at first. He's held there defensively by Francis. And Bernard still will work out of the stretch here. First pitch to Bird was low, but he swung on and missed for strike one. Sharp's in a break for second. The throw down is going to be not in time, and Sharp is in safely with a stolen base. That is Sharp's 13th, that is his 11th stolen base on the year. He is now 11 for 13 on the season. So the Pacers have their first runner in scoring position for Justin Bird. The pitch was outside. Bird did not attempt at it, so the count is now 1-1. The 1-1 is right down the middle, now 1-2. Bernard comes set on the mound. He looks at Sharp at second, now comes to the plate low, and the count is 2-2. Count is even at 2-2, and the pitch to Bird is fouled off at the plate, unable to be held by Hernandez behind the plate. And we'll do the 2-2 over. Bird swings at the 2-2 and is fouled off to the backstop. Now the 2-2 swung on. Bird hits it into foul territory in front of the Erskine dugout, and it's caught there by Francis for out number 1. Now center fielder number 10, Jackson Hannon, will come to the plate. Hannon batting .316 in 46 games this season, a .441 slugging percentage with 34 RBIs. He has a runner on second here with 1 away. Bernard looks at Sharp. Sharp takes a step close to third. And the first pitch to Hannon was off speed but missing high for ball 1. Hannon swings and fouls it off to the backstop. Now the count 1-1. Hannon's in a swing and hit a fly ball into left field, and it's going to bounce off the wall for extra bases. Sharp's going to come around to score, and the Pacers are on the board after an RBI double from Jackson Hannon, and they cut into the Erskine lead, trailing now 2-1 with 1 away in the bottom of the first. Now first baseman number 19, Joe Mazingo, will come to the plate. Mazingo batting .414 in 31 games this season, a .477 slugging percentage with a .447 on-base percentage and 23 RBIs. As Mazingo hits a high fly ball into center field, but coming in to make the catch is Becerra, and there's now 2 away. Now designated hitter number 8, Luke Parker, at the plate. Parker batting .295 in 45 games this season, .391 slugging percentage, 23 RBIs with 3 home runs, and a .386 on-base percentage. Runner on second here for the Pacers with 2 away. First pitch to Parker is down the middle for strike 1. Hannon not being held currently at second. Smith and Jaime keeping a close eye on him as Parker's going to hit a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. Hannon is being waved around, and he's going to come in to score, and we are tied at 2 after the RBI single from Luke Parker. Now right fielder number 12, Jose Hernandez, will make his way to the plate, batting .225 in 28 games this season, .450 slugging percentage with 16 RBIs and a .351 on-base percentage. Parker gets his lead at first, held defensively there by Francis. Bernard comes set on the mound. And Hernandez will hit a fly ball into center field. Barely having to move for it is Becerra. He makes the catch to retire the side. For the Pacers in the bottom of the first, they get 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 man left on base. We will go to the top of the second. Your score tied at 2. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the second. We are all tied at 2 here between Erskine and USC Aiken. Leading off the inning here for the Flying Fleet is number 10. That's catcher David Hernandez. Hernandez batting .240 in 34 games this season, .360 slugging percentage with 12 RBIs. Very left-handed heavy lineup here for the Flying Fleet as he steps in. I believe this is their 3rd or 4th batter that is left-handed, as the first pitch to him is low and away for ball 1. Evan Condon still on the mound here for the Pacers. As the 0-1 finds the zone, now 1-1. The 1-1 missing low, now 2-1. The 2-1 misses low again, now 3-1 the count. And the 3-1 is going to be hit high into right field. Hernandez is under it. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Now shortstop number 3, Juan Jaime at the plate, batting .259 in 38 games this season, .482 slugging percentage, 24 RBIs, and 7 home runs. First pitch to Jaime is a curveball, reaching the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 high, now 1-1. The 1-2 finds the zone. Now the count 1-2. The 2-1 is a bouncing ball. Blankenship plays it on a hop, throwing over to first in time for out number 2. Now number 7, Jude Luttrell back at the plate. He's over 1 with a fly out. And the 0-1, a curveball finds the zone. Now quickly 0-2. The 0-2 bouncing to the plate, and the count 1-2. Now the 1-2, he scores around to bunt, missing low, now evens the count 2-2. The 2-2 is swung on and fouled out of play behind the Pacers' dugout. Condon ready on the mound. Now the 2-2. Swung on and hit high and deep into left field. Sharp makes the catch on the warning track to retire the side. For Erskine in the top of the second, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the second. USC Aiken coming back to the plate, tied at 2. Leading off for the Pacers in the bottom of the second is third baseman number 21, Nick Tripp. Tripp batting .269 in 44 games this season, .462 slugging percentage, and a .333 on base percentage. As his first pitch he sees, he pops up behind the plate, and it pops out of Hernandez's glove. So Tripp will get a second chance here at the plate. And he'll come back to the 0-1. The 0-1 is down the middle from Bernard and quickly 0-2. The 0-2 trip way out in front, but hits it off the end of the bat into foul territory. And the count 0-2. The 0-2 is a curveball that just misses high. Makes the count now 1-2 on Tripp. And Tripp swings and misses. First strike, 3 and out, number 1. Now second baseman number 7, Caden Blankenship, will come to the plate. 287 batting average in 46 games this season with a .400 slugging percentage and 21 RBIs. Blankenship swings and pops it up on the infield. The third baseman Boyd calling for it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And now catcher Marcus Mastalone, number 4, comes to the plate, batting 234 games this season, .232 slugging percentage with 6 RBIs and a .321 on-base percentage. First pitch to Mastalone is down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1 fouled off to the backstop, now quickly 0-2. The 0-2 fouled off, out of play. Mastalone, the number 9 batter in the lineup. Josh Sharp, the leadoff man, on deck for the Pacers. 0-2 is the count. Bernard set on the mound. The pitch is going to be hit high into right field. Luttrell under it to make the catch to retire the side. For the Pacers in the bottom of the second, no runs, no hits, and no men left on base. We'll go to the top of the third. Erskine coming to the plate. Your score tied at 2. Welcome back to Aiken, South Carolina. Top of the third inning here. Number 21, Armando Becerra, the leadoff man here for the Flying Fleet. He's 1 for 1 in the evening with a single, and the first pitch to him from Condon is on the outside for strike one. The 0-1 outside, 1-1. The 1-1 missing low, 2-1. And the 2-1 on the inside corner now evens the count at 2-2. The 2-2 called, strike three on the inside for out number one. Designated hitter number 23, Christian Rivera, now at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. First pitch bounces to the plate for ball one. The 1-0 is on the inside. Now 2-0. The 2-0 misses high, and now the count is 3-0. The 3-0 down the middle, now 3-1. Condon ready on the mound. And the 3-1 called strike two right on the outside corner. And the count is now full at 3-2. Condon ready on the mound. And the 3-2 is a line drive right at Hannon in center field for out number two. First baseman number 42, Dale Francis, now at the plate. His first appearance at the plate was a walk. First to him is low and away for ball one. Condon ready in the 1-0. On the outside now, 1-1. And the 1-1. Low and away, the count now 2-1. The 2-1 is going to be hit into right center field. Coming over and calling for it is Jackson Hannon. He makes the catch to retire the side for the top of the third for the Flying Fleet. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Pacers coming to the plate, still tied at 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the third inning. The leadoff man at the plate for the Pacers to start things off with the left fielder number 22, Josh Sharp. First pitch to him is a curveball that's going to find the zone for strike one. Bernard comes set on the mound. And the 0-1. Boyd playing close, anticipating another bunt attempt from Sharp as the first pitch earlier in the game tried to lay down a bunt, but it went foul. As the 0-1 Sharp fouls off to the backstop, and now the count 0-2 on him. The 0-2 missing outside, now the count 1-2. Bernard taking his time on the mound here. Now Sharp ready at the plate. And he swings and misses the high fastball for out number one. Shortstop number 15, Justin Bird, now come to the plate. Bird's going to hit a high fly ball deep into center field. Going back to the warning track, making the catch just in front of the wall is Becerra for out number two. Jackson Hannon back coming to the plate with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. He is 1 for 1 on the night with an RBI double. He comes to the plate now with the bases empty and 2 away. First to Hannon is a fastball, which catches the outside corner for strike one. The 0-1 is low and away, now 1-1. The 1-1 missing low and outside again, now 2-1. The 2-1, a curveball right on the inside to Hannon, but it's going to find the zone, now 2-2. Going to be a bouncing ball hit to the third baseman, Boyd. He's going to drop it on, trying to get it from his glove to his throwing hand, and Hannon will reach first. Now first baseman number 19, Joe Mazingo, comes to the plate. Hannon gets his lead at first. He's held by Francis. Now the first to Mazingo. Hannon breaks for second. The throw down is going to be late, and Hannon is in safely. Almost catcher interference there as Mazingo swung on and missed for strike one. Pacers do have a runner in scoring position here. The 0-1 missing on the inside. 1-1 is the count. The 1-1 is swung on by Mazingo. Foul tipped at the plate. It's actually caught by Hernandez behind the plate for strike 2. The 1-2 is a bouncing ball, going to go foul in front of the Pacers dugout. Count will remain the same now at 1-2. Mazingo swings and hits it into right field. Coming on to make the catch is Luttrell for out number 3, and the side is retired. For the Pacers in the bottom of the third, no runs on no hits and 1 man left on base. 1 error defensively for the Flying Fleet. We played 3. We'll go to the 4th. Your score tied at 2. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 4th here. And number 2, Tyler Smith makes his way to his first appearance at the plate this evening, batting .252 in 40 games this season. And he swings at the first pitch he sees and hits it into left field. Right at Josh Sharp, he comes over to make the catch for out number 1. Third baseman number 14, Dalton Boyd, now at the plate. He is responsible for Erskine's 2 runs on the evening with a 2-out RBI single back in the top of the first. 1 away here now in the top of the 4th. The first pitch to him is low and away for ball 1. The 0-1 on the inside, bouncing to the plate now, 2-0 the count. Off-speed pitch missing high, now the count is 3-0. The 3-0 is swung on and hit high, and a line drive out over the right field fence for a home run. And the Flying Fleet take a 3-2 lead on the home run for number 14, Dalton Boyd. That was a hard hit ball, ladies and gentlemen, and it got out in a hurry. Very rare swinging on a 3-0 count. And that brings to the plate number 1, Tariq Bacon. Bacon over 1 with a ground out on the afternoon. So we have a stoppage in play here. Condon yet to step off on the mound. Now he does. Now coming back set, and we return to action. Curveball missing outside for ball 1. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Now 1-1. The 1-1 is a sinking fly ball that's caught by Hannon, having to come in to make the catch for out number 2. Now David Hernandez comes to the plate with 2 away in the top of the 4th. He is 0 for 1 with a fly out on the afternoon. Curveball right down the middle from Condon, strike 1. No movement yet in either bullpen. The 0-1 fouled off out of play, now 0-2. The 0-2 fouled off out of play again, and the count remains the same. Condon ready on the mound. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3, held on to behind the plate by Mastalone, and the side is retired. For the Flying Fleet in the top of the 4th, they get 1 run on 1 hit. No men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. USC Aiken coming to the plate, trailing 3-2. Welcome back to the bottom of the 4th inning now. Luke Parker, the designated hitter, coming to the plate for the Pacers. He is 1 for 1 with an RBI single on the evening as he swings at the first pitch he sees and fouls it off out of play for strike 1. The 0-1 is an off-speed pitch which had Parker out in front, swinging and missing for strike 2. Now the 0-2 from Bernard. On the ground, played by Jaime. He throwing over to first in time. Good stretch by Francis at first for out number 1. Jose Hernandez at the plate now. 0-1, 0 for 1 with a fly out on the afternoon. First Hernandez is outside, ball 1. And the 1-0. Breaking ball, catches the zone. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 swung on and missed. A fastball, 1-2 now the count to Hernandez. The 1-2 is low. The count is even at 2-2. And Hernandez swings and fouls it out of play and will do it over. Bernard ready. Now the 2-2, low and away. Count is full to Hernandez, now at 3-2. And the 3-2 Hernandez swings, pops out of play once again behind the Erskine dugout, and will do the 3-2 over. The 3-2, once again, a high fly ball hit into no man's land between second and right field, but coming in to make the catch is Luttrell on the run for out number 2. Great communication out there between Luttrell and Smith. Both were making a play on it. Both actually lost their hat while running, and Luttrell makes the catch on the run for out number 2, which brings to the plate third baseman Nick Tripp. Tripp 0 for 1 on the afternoon with a strikeout. And his first pitch from Bernard is low for ball 1. The 1-1, Tripp fouls off the end of the bat, now 1-1. The 1-1 missing high, 2-1 now the count. The 2-1 missing low, 3-1 now the count to Tripp. The 3-1 swung on and missed, makes the count full, now 3-2. Now Bernard ready on the mound, Tripp ready at the plate, and the 3-2. Foul tip to the plate, actually got a piece of Hernandez. He appears to be okay. And we'll do the 3-2 over. We have stoppage in play here. Might take a second to look at Hernandez's hand behind the plate. We'll step aside. 2 outs. Count is full. 3-2 to Tripp. The trainer comes out for the Pacers, but he appears to be okay. Hasn't made any gesture that he's not. And we'll play on. So we return to action here. Hernandez ready to go behind the plate, and the 3-2. Tripp swings and hits a shallow fly ball into right center field, but it is caught by the second baseman, Smith, to retire the side for the Pacers in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We'll go to the 5th. Erskine coming to the plate, leading 3-2. Top of the 5th inning here in Aiken, South Carolina. The Flying Fleet at the plate, leading 3-2. And leading off is number 3, shortstop, Juan Jaime. Jaime's 0 for 1 with a ground out. And he swings at the first pitch he sees and hits it into shallow center field, but Bird's over to be able to come over to make the catch for out number 1. Right fielder number 7, that is Jude Luttrell, now back at the plate for Erskine. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. As Condon still on the mound for the Pacers, as this first pitch to Luttrell is a strike. The 0 for 1 missing outside, 1-1. One high and outside. 2-1 now the count. The 2-1 on the outside corner. A fastball finds the zone. 2-2 now the count. Condon ready on the mound now, and the 2-2 is a bouncing ball that's going to get into foul territory. And the count will remain at 2-2. 2-2 fouled off to the backstop, and the count will remain there. Two once again fouled off out of play. The 2-2 bounces to the plate, stopped behind the plate by Mastalone. The count goes full now to 3-2. And the 3-2 is going to be a foul ball, just going foul down the left field line, and the count will remain there at 3-2. A lot of duel at the plate here. A lot of foul balls just fouled off. That one just going foul, less than a foot from the line. But we will do the 3-2 over. And the 3-2 once again fouled off out of play. Count will be redone here at 3-2. And surprisingly, the 3-2 was once again fouled off to the backstop. I've lost count, but that was at least the 6th ball that was fouled off at this at bat alone. As Condon takes a step off the mound here. Now coming back set. And the 3-2 is a high ball hit into left field. Sharp making chase, and he's going to make the catch on the run for out number 2. Number 21, Armando Becerra now to the plate. In his last at bat, he went down on strikes. He's 1 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The 2-seam fastball right down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1 swung on and missed, now quickly 0-2. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Mastalone tags him out. Doesn't even make an attempt for first, but that's strike 3 for out number 3, and the side is retired. For Erskine in the top of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. USC Aiken coming to the plate, trailing 3-2. Bottom of the fifth inning here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium. Caden Blankenship will lead things off for the Pacers. He is 0 for 1 with a pop out in his first at bat. He's going to square around to bunt. It's going to go down the third base line. Boyd plays it, bears it, barehanded, throwing over to first, pulls Francis off the bag, but Blankenship beat it out anyway. And he surprised the defense there with a bunt attempt placed perfectly down the third base line. And Marcus Mastalone now comes to the plate. Runner on first, nobody away here for the Pacers. Boyd going to play up in front of the bag here. Might be anticipating back-to-back bunts here from Mastalone. As he squares around a bunt, the first pitch is low and away. Great block by Hernandez behind the plate. The count 1-0. It's going to be a hit and run perfectly placed into right field for a base hit. Blankenship makes his way over to third, and the Pacers have runners on the corners with nobody away here in the bottom of the fifth. Mastalone hit that perfectly. It was a late swing going into right field. It was just out of the reach of Francis, who was trying to come off the bag to make the play. Lost his footing into right field. Great hustle by Blankenship to round second and come to third. So it's runners on the corners, nobody away, and the leadoff man at the plate with Josh Sharp. As we have stoppage in play here from the Erskine coach making his way out to the mound to have a defensive meeting. We are back and set for action here as Josh Sharp will make his way to the plate. Nobody out. Runners on the corners for the Pacers after a bunt single and a single from Blankenship and Mastalone. Mastalone held it first. Boyd playing in front of the bag at third. Bernard now ready on the mound. And Sharp's in a square to bunt. Boyd charges to the plate. Sharp pulls it back in time. It is a ball one. Sharp's going to square around to bunt again, and it's going to be a pop out to the first baseman, Francis, and one away. That brings to the plate shortstop number 15, Justin Bird. Runner still on the corners with one away here for the Pacers. Movement now in the Flying Fleet bullpen. Bernard takes his time on the mound, now comes set. As he's going to check on Mastalone at first, he's back in time safely. Bird swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of play for strike one. The 0-1 going to be hit right back up the middle. It's going to go off the glove of the second baseman. He's not going to have a play, and we're going to be tied at 3-3 on the infield single from Justin Bird. The infield RBI single from Bird. Great diving attempt there from the second baseman, Smith. It was going up the middle just off of the end of his glove. Not able to make a play, so the Pacers have runners on first and second with one away, and number 10, Jackson Hannon, comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He has an RBI double, and he also reached on an error in his last at-bat. Has Bernard ready on the mound. First pitch to Hannon is a changeup, which finds the zone for strike one. And the 0-1 is outside now, 1-1. The 1-2 has Hannon out in front. He swings and misses. Makes the count 1-2. And the 1-2, another breaking ball, got Hannon out in front. He swings and misses for strike 3 and out number 2. Joe Mozingo now comes to the plate. 2 away, runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 5th. And Mozingo hits a high fly ball into left center field. And it's off the wall. 2 runs are going to come around to score. And the Pacers take the lead 5-3 on the RBI double from Joe Mozingo. That was a hard hit ball off the bat. I thought it had a chance to get out, and it goes off. It hit halfway up the left center field wall. Now the designated hitter, Luke Parker, comes to the plate with 2 away and a runner still in scoring position on second base for the Pacers. First pitch to Parker is a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. The 1-1 is the 0-1 is low, makes the count now 1-1. We have a stoppage in play here, might be a hole in front of home plate. Parker swings and hits a fly ball into center field. Going back on it is Becerra to make the catch to retire the side. For the Pacers in the bottom of the 5th, they get 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Erskine coming back to the plate, now trailing 5-3. Welcome back. Top of the 6th inning here. Pacers lead 5-3. Evan Condon still on the mound here, and he comes in to face off against the designated hitter number 23, Christian Rivera, to lead things off for Erskine in the top of the 6th. First pitch he sees is fouled off to the backstop. There is movement in the Pacers bullpen along with the Erskine bullpen, as the 0-1 is high and inside, now 1-1. The 1-1 outside, 2-1 now the count. A bouncing ball down the third base line. Tripp has to barehand it, throwing over to first. Not in time as Rivera is able to beat the throw out. Great effort there from Nick Tripp to barehand it over to first. It was not a strong throw, but he was able to beat the throw out anyway. So great hustle on the base path. And the Flying Fleet have a leadoff man on here in the top of the 6th with nobody away. Bringing to the plate, first baseman number 42, Dale Francis. First pitch to Francis is a slider that catches the zone for strike one. A hard hit ball right at the shortstop. Bird, he makes the catch for out number 1. I don't know the exit velocity on that ball, but it was hit very hard, but Bird was able to make the catch. Didn't have time to throw over to first as Rivera was able to get back in time. So one away here. Now Tyler Smith at the plate, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out on the afternoon. First pitch to him is a fastball down the middle for strike one. The 0-1 low and away, ball one. The 1-1 unable to get the zone on the outside. 2-1 now the count. The 2-1 fouled off right behind home plate. And the count is even now at 2-2. Runner still on first here, with one away in the top of the 6th. USC Aiken leading Erskine by a score of 5-3. And a line drive going to be hit into center field. Unable to make a play on it is Hannon as it bounces over his head. Hernandez there for backup. And runners are able to advance to second and third on the hard hit ball from Smith. And Erskine now has the tying run on second base with one away here in the top of the 6th. That was a hit and an error in the field charged against Hannon. It's the Pacers' second error defensively. That brings to the plate third baseman number 14, Dalton Boyd. He is 2 for 2 on the afternoon and he is responsible for all 3 of the Flying Fleet's runs with a 2-run RBI single in the first and a solo home run in the top of the 4th. As Coach Holder's made his way out from the Pacers bullpen, we might be seeing a change on the mound here. As a new pitcher for the Pacers is making his way out from the dugout. We'll get you his name and number here in just a minute as Evan Condon's afternoon is done. Pacers lead 5-3. Welcome back. The new pitcher on the mound for the Pacers is number 45. That's Jacob Bodkin. He's 2.76 ERA, 1-0 on the year, and 16 innings pitched, and a 262 opponent's batting average. And his first pitch to Boyd is down the middle for strike one. Lefty on righty matchup here. The 0-1 from Bodkin. A bouncing ball up the middle. One run is going to come across to score. Blankenship, a long throw against his weight, and they're going to say he is out at first. A close play. Great throw there from Blankenship. His momentum was taking him into center field, and he was able to make the throw over to Merzingo. The Erskine coach does not agree with the call as he comes out to have a chat with the official. One run does come across to score, so the lead is cut for the Pacers down to 1. The score is 5-4, and the tying run is now 90 feet away. So now number 1 left fielder Tariq Bacon will come to the plate. Tying run 90 feet away for Erskine. Bodkin set on the mound now, and the pitch is high, ball 1. The 1-0 missing outside to Bacon, now 2-0. The 2-0 is high. Now 3-1 the count to Bacon. Or excuse me, 3-0 the count to Bacon. The 3-0 on the outside called strike 1. The 3-1 down the middle called strike 2. And now the count full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third here. Erskine trails 5-4. Bodkin set on the mound. Bacon ready at the plate, and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the side is retired. The Flying Fleet in the top of the 6th. 1 run on 2 hits and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. USC Aiken coming back to the plate, leading now 5-4.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There is a new pitcher on the mound for the Flying Fleet, number 34, Cooper Guest on the mound now. He is 2-5 on the year in 13 appearances, 33 innings pitched, and a 275 opponent's batting average. And he comes in to face off against the right fielder for the Pacers, number 12, Jose Hernandez. He's 0-2 on the afternoon. As the first pitch to him is low for ball one. Guess working out of the windup, the first pitcher to work out of the windup this afternoon for either side. As the 0-1 finds the zone, now 1-1 is the count. No movement in the Pacers bullpen. There is action in the Flying Fleet bullpen. The 1-1 is swung on by Hernandez and fouled off out of play.
Now the 1-2 to Hernandez. Slider got him swinging out in front for strike three and out number one. Now Nick Tripp comes to the plate. He is 0-2 on the afternoon, looking to get his first hit on the evening. First pitch by Tripp is swung on and fouled off at the plate, bouncing to the backstop. Tripp swings and hits a line drive into center field as Becerra is there to make the catch. Now number 7, Caden Blankenship at the plate. Blankenship, he is 1-2 with a bunt single that started the 3-run fifth for the Pacers. First pitch is down the middle for strike one. The 0-1 missing high and outside. Now 1-1. Changeup had Blankenship swinging out in front, but he fouls it off behind the plate, and the count now 0-1-2. Guest set on the mound, working out of the windup still. The 1-2 outside. Great stop behind the plate by Hernandez. And now the 2-2. High and inside to Blankenship. Count is full at 3-2. Blankenship hits a line drive to third, caught by Boyd. They don't call it the hot corner for nothing as the side is retired. Pacers go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the sixth. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We played six. We'll go to the top of the seventh. Erskine coming to the plate, still trailing 5-4. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the seventh inning. Erskine at the plate, but leading off, we have a pinch hitter coming in. Number 41, Jason Randolph. He is batting .364 on the season in 16 games with 8 RBIs and 3 home runs. And a .611 on base percentage. He's pinch hitting for the catcher, David Hernandez, as the first pitch from Bodkin is a strike down the middle, 0-1. The 0-1 on the outside corner now, quickly 0-2 is the count. The 0-2 fouled off to the backstop. The 0-2 low and away. And now 1-2. The 1-2 just missing inside, evens the count now at 2-2. So after 2 quick strikes, Randolph's been able to battle back to even the count. Bodkin is still working out of the stretch here with the bases empty. And the 2-2 missing outside. The count is full now at 3-2. Count is full, 3-2. And it's a ground ball fouled off down the first base line. And the count will stay there. Count still full, 3-2. Bouncing ball played by Bird, throwing over in time for out number 1. Shortstop number 3, Juan Jaime, now at the plate. He is 0 for 2 in tonight's matchup. He's also the number 9 hitter in the Erskine lineup. The leadoff man, Latrell, is on deck. First pitch is a ball outside. The 0-1 outside again, now 2-0. As there's movement now in the Pacers bullpen. We have stoppage in play. They might be going out to check Bodkin. As the Pacers infielders come in to check on him as well. Now Coach Holder makes his way to the mound. Appears to be looking at the throwing arm. So we'll take a step out here. 2-0 the count to Jaime, the shortstop at the plate. Erskine trails 5-4. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Botkin made an exit after his last pitch. Something didn't look right in his throwing motion, so he was pulled out by the Pacers coaching staff. We definitely hope that he is all right. But in relief is number 40, Cole Evilsizer, the freshman. He is 0-0 on the year in 9 appearances, 11 innings pitched with 9 strikeouts and a 227 opponent's batting average. He steps in to an already going count 2-0. Make that count 2-1 now to Jaime. Top of the 7th here, Pacers still lead 2-1. The 2-1 quickly now 2-2. The 2-2 hit high and deep into right field. Going back on it is Hernandez. He's going to be able to get it, not able to get it. It's off the wall. Hannon there in defense. He's going to cut 2, going for 3. But good relay in from the Pacers defensively, and he's going to hold it second. So the tying run now at second with 1 away here after the double from Jaime. Now number 7, Jude Luttrell, comes to the plate. And he is the leadoff man here for Erskine. Curveball missing high, ball 1. In the 1-0, another breaking ball, missing low, now 2-0. As they check the runner at second, and they're going to say he is safe. He beat the tag in just barely. Good pickoff move there by Evilsize on the mound. The 2-0 is swung on and hit into shallow left field. Bird makes the catch for out number 2. And right fielder center fielder number 21, Armando Becerra, comes to the plate. Tying run at second base here, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Breaking ball missing inside and low, now 1-0. The 1-0 is hit on down the line at first, and it'll be foul for strike 1. The 1-1 misses outside, now 2-1. 2-1 fouled out of play down the third base line, and the count is even at 2-2. A lot of twos on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Sizer set on the mound. And the 2-2 is low and away. The count 3-2. Great stop by Mastalone on the ball that was in the dirt. And the count is now full. Count is full now at 3-2. Sizer on the mound. Comes to the plate, and it's going to be a high ball hit into center field. Hannon has a read on it. He makes the catch to retire the side. For Erskine in the top of the 7th, they get no runs on 1 hit and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Pacers still in the lead, 5-4. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A leadoff pinch hitter here for the Pacers now. Number 33. That is Caden Ussery now at the plate. He is batting .304 in 21 games, .393 slugging percentage, and a .355 on-base percentage. He comes in to pinch hit for number 4, Marcus Mastalone. Ussery is the other catcher in the lineup defensively for the Pacers as well, so it might be a defensive switch as well here in the late innings. The 1-0 to Mastalone, or excuse me, to Ussery, down the middle for strike 1. The 1-1 right off the end of the bat from Ussery, and the count now goes to 1-2. The count now 1-2. Yes, still on the mound here for the Flying Fleet. Count is even at 2-2 to Esrskine. Guest working out of the windup still, and the pitch. Low and outside, count is full now at 3-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 1. Left fielder number 22, Josh Sharp, now comes to the plate for the Pacers. First on pitch to Sharp on the outside, strike 1. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball missing outside, 1-1. Sharp swings and fouls the 1-1. Getting out of play. Hitting on top of the Pacers bullpen. And the count is now 1-2. Count now 1-2 on Sharp. Movement in the Flying Fleet bullpen. This guest still working out of the windup, and the 1-2 is going to be hit sharply on the ground. Smith has a play on it, throwing over to first in time. A low throw, but hauled in by Francis for out number 2. And now number 15, shortstop Justin Bird coming to the plate. First pitch from is swung on and missed by Bird, 0-1. The 0-1, a slider finds the zone. And now the count is 0-2 on Bird. The 0-2 on the inside called strike 3. Bird is down on strikes and the side is retired. For Aiken in the bottom of the 7th, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We've played 7. We'll go to the 8th. Esrskine coming to the plate, trailing 5-4. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. New pitcher on the mound for the Pacers, number 14, Kevin Cox is on the mound to start off the 8th inning. He comes in to face the designated hitter, Christian Rivera. As Rivera swings and misses for strike one. Cox is 2-1 in the year with a 3.38 ERA, 24 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, and a 2.24 opponent's batting average. As the 0-1 is a changeup, low and away, now 1-1. The 1-2, a changeup, swung on and missed by Rivera. Now the count 1-2. The 1-2 foul tipped at the plate, and the count now remains 1-2. The 1-2 is going to be hit into left field for a base hit. So you're in the top of the 8th. The tying run gets on early with nobody away. And number 42, Dale Francis, will come to the plate.
First baseman number 42, Dale Francis.
They're going to check Rivera at first, and he's back in time safely. Cox comes to the plate, and it's going to be a fly ball into no man's land. Trying to make a sliding catch for it is Hannon, and he cannot come up with it as 4 defenders for the Pacers trying to approach that ball to make the catch. Good effort there from Hannon, calling people off to try and make the sliding catch, but it falls off his glove, and Erskine now has runners on first and second with nobody away. We're going to have a pinch runner come on here. Pinch running at second base now is number 4, Ronaldo Lugo.
Pinch runner number 4, Rolando Lugo.
Now number 2, Tyler Smith, will come to the plate. The tying run on second, the go-ahead run on first here in the top of the 8th. Cox still on the mound. Movement now in the Pacers bullpen along with the Erskine bullpen. Smith squares around to bunt as the first pitch is low for, actually they're going to call it strike one. Mazingo did charge for the bunt with Blankenship coming over to cover at first. Oh, and 1 is the count. Smith squares to bunt again, and he's going to get it down. Cox has a play on it, trying to throw over to third, and he does get the force out. Great awareness there coming off the mound from Cox to make a solid throw over to Tripp. Also good job in communication by Tripp covering at third. So runners remain on first and second here for the Flying Fleet, and it brings to the plate number 14, Dalton Boyd. Dalton Boyd might be responsible. I believe he is responsible for all 4 of the Erskine runs here this afternoon with a 2-run RBI single, a home run, and he had a RBI ground out in his last at-bat. And the first pitch to Boyd is outside, 1-0. The 1-0 is low, 2-0 now the count. Tua fouled off to the backstop. Now 2-1 the count. Now the 2-1. Swung on and missed at the plate. Evens the count at 2-2. Cox ready on the mound. Now the 2-2. Is fouled off at the plate and we'll do it over. Now the 2-2 again. Low makes the count full at 3-2. So the count is full. Runners on first and second, one away here. Cox takes a step off the mound. Takes a breath, now comes set. Boyd ready at the plate. The count is full. He looks at the runner at second in the 3-2. Breaking ball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Boyd doesn't agree as he flipped his bat and started walking to first. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Now the left fielder, number 1, Tariq Bacon, will come to the plate. 2 away here. Runners on first and second. Now Cox ready, and the pitch to Bacon. He swings and fouls it out of play down the right field line for strike 1. Now the 0-1. He's fouled off out of play behind the backstop, and the count now quickly 0-2. Cox ready on the mound. No runner on base being held defensively in the 0-2. Is popped up on the right side. Mazingo giving chase, and it's going to get out of play. Oh, 0-2 now the count. The pitch from Cox. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Diving effort from Tripp is no good. Sharp has a glove on it. The tying run coming around to score. It's cut off the plate. The plate, he is safe. They're going to say he got under the tag. The Pacers can't believe it, and we are tied at 5. The ball beat him to the plate, and they're going to say he got under the tag. Great relay defensively. Cut off there. Great tag applied by Ussery. Coach Holder comes out to question the call. And as it stands right now, we are tied at 5. So the call on the field stands, and we are tied at 5. And the Pacers team and the Pacers crowd cannot believe it. And that was a perfect relay from Sharp to Bird, who was the cutoff man. Actually, it might have been Blankenship. I couldn't tell. Whoever it was perfectly placed for a 2-out cutoff. But he got under the tag and will play on. Runner still on first and second for the Flying Fleet here, tied at 5. Number 43 now at the plate. Logan Padera. He's the new catcher on the mound as Cox takes a step off the mound to take his breath. A lot of emotion on the field so far in this back and forth matchup between the Flying Fleet and the Pacers. Now Cox set on the mound. Blankenship easing towards the second. And the first pitch is called strike one. The 0-1 now. Right on the outside, a fastball gets the zone. Now 0-2. The 0-2, a line drive into the Erskine dugout. It appears everybody's okay. Mazingo playing back on third. He is not holding Bacon at first. 0-2 is the count. Tripodera at the plate. Cox takes a look at second. Now the pitch. A bouncing ball. Going to be a tough play. Bird has a glove on it. Throws over to first in time. Route number 3 in the side is retired for the Flying Fleet in the top of the 8th. They get 1 run on 2 hits. And 2 men left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Tied at 5. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a good finish coming up in just a few minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the 8th inning, tied at 5 here between USC Aiken and Erskine. And leading things off for the Pacers is center fielder number 10, Jackson Hannon. Guest still on the mound here for the Flying Fleet. And Hannon comes to the plate. 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Guest still working out of the windup. Hannon squares around to bunt but gets the bat back in time as the pitch is low and away for ball 1. The 1-0 missing outside. 2-0 now the count to Hannon.
So did they at least have the 2-5? Did they at least have the 4-5 correct teams in there?
The 2-0 to Hannon missing low. 3-0 now the count. Hannon squares to bunt on the 3-0, but it is a strike which finds the zone. He did get the bat back in time, but it was down the middle for strike one. So 3-1 now the count. Boyd at third playing even with the bag. Francis playing back a few steps behind the bag. Wouldn't expect Hannon to attempt another bunt here on the 3-1. As it's ball four low and away, and the Pacers have a leadoff walk to start off the bottom of the eighth. That'll bring to the plate first baseman, number 19, Joe Mazingo. Joe Mazingo was a big part of the 3-run fifth for the Pacers as he hit a 2-run RBI double off the wall in left center field. Hannon has good speed on first, also 17 for 20 in stolen bases this season. As we have a stoppage in play here from the Flying Fleet, they're going to have a meeting at the mound defensively, and we'll take a break with that. Joe Mazingo coming to the plate here. Nobody away in the bottom of the eighth. Jackson Hannon on first for the Pacers. Your score tied at 5. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the meeting at the mound is adjourned. As Hannon gets his lead, he will be held defensively by Francis. Hannon gets a very aggressive lead, jumping off of first here. Mazingo squares around to bunt as the pitch is high for ball one. Boyd charging up. As I said earlier, Hannon might be a threat to run here, 17 for 20 with stolen bases. Joe Mazingo does have power at the plate, but the Pacers may be looking to play small ball here. Boyd playing on the grass in front of the bag. Guest looks over at Hannon at first. Mazingo squares around to bunt again, and it's going to be a bunt right back to the pitcher. He looks at second and throws over to first for the easy out. So an effective out here from Mazingo as Hannon is able to advance to second. The Pacers have the go-ahead run in scoring position here in the bottom of the eighth, which will bring to the plate designated hitter number 8, Luke Parker. Guest looked at second to try and throw out Hannon as the lead runner, but he decided to throw the first instead for the assured out. So now Parker comes to the plate. Parker does have an RBI single back in the bottom of the first for the Pacers. As the first pitch to him is a two-seam fastball, which catches the zone for strike one. Guest working out of the stretch here. Hannon breaks for third, and there's not going to be a throw as it is called strike two on Parker, but Hannon's able to steal third. Make that 18 for 21 on the season for Hannon. 0-2 is the count on Parker, but the Pacers have the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Infield playing in, all of the defenders playing on the grass now for the Flying Fleet. Guest working out of the wind, and Parker's going to hit a ground ball stopped by Jaime at short. He throws over to first in time, but it is an RBI ground out for Parker, and the Pacers have the lead back at 6-5. Effective base running there, and the Pacers get a run back with the small ball as Hannon advances on the bunt out and steals third and is able to come across to score on the RBI ground out. So Jose Hernandez now coming to the plate. Bases empty, Pacers leading 6-5. All defenders playing back on the infield in two-out depth. Corners back a few steps behind the bag. Shortstop and second almost in the outfield. As Hernandez swings at the first pitch and misses for strike one. Now the 0-1 from Guest. Low and away, ball one. The 1-1, Hernandez swings and hits out of play down the right field line, and the count moves to 1-2. And now the 1-2 to Hernandez. Missing high, evens the count at 2-2. Hernandez is going to hit the 2-2 on the ground down the third base line, and it's going to go foul, and the count will remain even. Hernandez again is going to bounce the 2-2 foul down the third base line, and the count will remain even. The 2-2 is once again fouled off out of play. A lot of battles at the plate by either side. A lot of foul balls hit. And the 2-2 again to Hernandez. And it's going to hit him, and he's going to take his base. So the battle at the plate pays off, and Hernandez will take his base with 2 outs. Now the third baseman, number 21, Nick Tripp, comes to the plate. As we have a stoppage in play as the Flying Fleets coach makes his way for the dugout. Might be having a pitching change coming up as he's turned his head to look at the bullpen. As we're going to have a pitching change coming up here. Runner on first, 2 away here. Pacers lead 6-5 in the bottom of the 8th. We'll get the new pitcher's name and number here in just a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There is a new pitcher on the mound for the Flying Fleet. Johnny Hummel will come to the mound. 3-2 record on the season in 19 appearances, a 1.63 ERA in 27 innings pitched, 52 strikeouts and a 1.35 opponent batting average. He comes in to face third baseman Nick Tripp. Tripp is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Runner on first and 2 away. Pacers leading 6-5 here in the bottom of the 8th. And the first pitch from Tripp swings and misses. And the count is now 0-1. An effective strike, though, as Hernandez is able to get to second base. So another run in scoring position. That'd be an insurance run here for the Pacers. 0-1 is the count to Tripp. Now 0-2, right, a fastball right on the outside corner. Oh, and 2 is the count, and he's going to check Hernandez at second. Huma doesn't throw back. 0-2 is the count to Tripp, and the pitch. Just missing low and outside, and the count now 1-2. Now the 1-2. Swung on and missed by an off-speed pitch. Tripp out in front. Called strike 3, and the side is retired. For the Pacers in the bottom of the 8th, 1 run. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. We'll go to the 9th in a back-and-forth matchup here between the Flying Fleet and the Pacers. Pacers lead 6-5 with Erskine coming to the plate with their final 3 outs. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the 9th inning. We have a good one in store for you. Good finish here coming up, ladies and gentlemen, as number 15, Justin Bird, the shortstop turned pitcher, has taken the mound here, and he will be facing off against the number 9 hitter for the Flying Fleet. That is Juan Highway.
Leading off the top of the 9th, shortstop number 3, Juan Highway.
Bird going to work out of the windup here. And his first pitch is an off speed, which is low for ball 1. Bird does throw with a lot of velocity at the plate. He is on the year 1-0, 2.77 ERA is Jaime swings and misses for strike 1. In 12 appearances, he has 13 innings pitched with 12 strikeouts, also 2 saves on the year. 1-1 now the count to Jaime. And the 1-1 is hit on a line drive into foul territory down the first base line, and the count now 1-2.
So, Blank moved too short. Left him in the spot, swapped him from second to short.
1-2 now the count. Bird comes set on the mound, and the pitch. Missing high, 2-2.
Second
All defenders on the mound on the infield playing deep for the Pacers. Mazingo and Tripp playing deep. Also a substitution coming in was number 18, Tyler Littlefield at second base. The 2-2 is outside, and the count runs full at 3-2. The defensive switch for the Pacers that happened was Littlefield came into second, Blankenship went to shortstop, Bird came to the mound, and Cox was relieved on the mound. And the full count to Jaime is inside, and the Flying Fleet have a leadoff walk here to start the ninth. A leadoff ninth, and the leadoff hitter in the lineup is coming to the plate in number 7, Jude Luttrell. So Bird takes a step off the mound to collect himself. He will be working out of the stretch here. Jaime gets his lead at first. Bird takes a look at him. Tripp playing up on the grass at third. First pitch to Luttrell outside, strike one. Oh, excuse me. It's number 5 at the plate. As they throw over to Jaime, and he's back safely. That is number 5, Dante Wade, at the mound, at the plate. As Bird checks the runner at first again, and he's back safely. Now the 0-1 to Wade, swung on and missed, now 0-2. Oh, and 2 is the count to Wade at the plate as Bird throws over again at first. Jaime, at first, he's been thrown over by at least 3 times. Only 3 for 4 on the year in stolen base attempts. And the 0-2 to Wade. Missing outside, good placement there by Usry behind the plate, but the count moves to 1-2. Bird ready on the mound. And now the 1-2. A line drive into right field, a base hit. Hernandez playing deep, and they're going to hold the runner at second. So Erskine in business here in the top of the ninth. Runners on first and second with nobody away. Center fielder number 21, Armando Becerra, now comes to the plate. Runners on first and second. No, Mazingo not holding Wade at first. Tripp playing up on the grass. First pitch high to Becerra, ball 1. Oh, and 1 is the count. Bird ready on the mound, working out of the stretch. Now the 1-0. Another off-speed pitch missing low, and the count now 2-0. Now the count. Bird ready on the mound, and the pitch. Swung on and hit high and deep into left field. Sharp giving chase. He goes back to make the catch. Runners are going to tag. And they're going to throw over to second. And they call him out. They're going to say he left early. So they're going to call the runner out saying he left early on the tag. And it's a double play here, apparently. We'll see if the call stands. The Erskine coach is coming out to question the call. Great job there by Sharp to make the over-the-shoulder catch right in front of the scoreboard on the warning track. That was a hard-hit ball. And now they're going to say he's safe on the mound at third. So the runner at first is safe. The officials are coming to meet. I am honestly not sure what is going on as the umpires have met right behind the mound to discuss this. So we'll see if we can recap. Sharp makes the catch on the high fly ball out to left field, over the shoulder catch, throwing into third. When the ball got in the infield, the Aiken dugout was screaming for them to throw the ball to second. They're saying Jaime did not tag and left the bag early. And they're going to say he's out. So after runners on first and second with nobody away, the Flying Fleet find themselves with a runner on second and 2 away. So it's to be recorded as a 7-6-4 out. And now designated hitter number 4. Excuse me, a pinch hitter number 4, Ronaldo Lugo, is going to come into to bat here. Lugo came into pitch, and now he's a designated hitter, as the first pitch to him is low and away for ball 1. So after runners on first and second, the Flying Fleet find themselves still with the tying run on second base. So a tying run still in scoring position here, but there is 2 away. They're going to try and pick him off at second, and he just gets in front of the tag. Great job there by Littlefield and Bird communicating to try and get the tag to end the game. Now Bird ready on the mound in the 1-0. Missing away, gets away from Ussery, bouncing to the backstop, and the Flying Fleet have the tying run 90 feet away at third, and 2-0 is the count to Lugo at the plate. Lugo pinch hitting for the designated hitter, Christian Rivera. As we have a stoppage in plays, the Pacers pitching coach is going to come out and have a second with Bird. Don't go anywhere, folks. 2-0 the count to Lugo at the plate. Erskine has the tying run 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Pacers leading 6-5. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, at the meeting on the mound. Bird going to the stretch, going to the windup, and the 2-0 was a hanging curveball that Lugo was just out in front of, fouling off to the backstop, and the count is now 2-1. Bird still in the windup on the mound now with the runner on third, and the pitch is swung on and fouled off out of play, and the count is now 2-2. Bird steps off the mound, now comes set. The umpire gives him the signal. And the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The side is retired, and the Pacers win the game by a final score of 6-5. Final stats for both sides for the victorious USC Aiken Pacers: 6 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors defensively. And for the Erskine Flying Fleet, 5 runs on 10 hits and 1 error defensively. That was about as back and forth of an emotionally draining game that you love to have during these midweek games. We wish the best for nothing for both of these teams, as this game could help either side going down the stretch as conference tournaments come up. For the victorious USC Aiken Pacers, they improved to 29-18. They remain 19-8 in Peach Belt Conference play, 15-10 here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium, and they're still 14-7 on the road and 0-1 at neutral sites. For the Erskine College Flying Fleet, they fall to 28-18. They are 12-4 at home, but they are 16-13 now on the road. USC Aiken is back here this weekend at Roberto Hernandez Stadium to face off against Peach Belt rival, the Lander Bearcats, for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday matchup, the final weekend of conference play before the conference championship tournament begins. And what an exciting afternoon of baseball. I don't have any words to say back and forth, but USC Aiken comes out victorious again by a final score of 6-5. Thank you so much for tuning in to our broadcast tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Reeves Altman saying thank you again very much, and we will see you next time right here from Aiken, South Carolina.